the way we police in the UK, the way we police is by consent. Police need more help to do their work. I will not hesitate in granting it to them.
How long you worked for the police?
20 years.
20 years. How many times did you say your oath?
Just once.
Just once. Can you remember it?
Bits of it, yeah.
Can you remember that you was there to protect people?
That's right.
And uphold the law?
That's it.
The law of the land?
That's it, without malice or ill will, yeah.
So you do uphold the law, and I do actually appreciate that part of it. Now, it's my understanding that the law is no harm, loss, fraud. If you saw anyone causing harm, loss or fraud, you'd arrest them. But then you're enforcing statutes and acts.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but it's by consent. And how do you get that consent?
From you.
From me. By basically consenting to giving you a name of a legal fiction. The name on the birth certificate.
The security that was created with the birth certificate.
Do you know about that?
So if we don't consent,
So it represents a security, doesn't it? Yes.
Consenting is a voluntary action, of course. So what if we failed to consent? What if we were to withhold consent?
We don't tie ourselves to that security.
I mean, I stand in common law. I don't know. But
If we are ruled by consent and we do not consent,
well,
what happens
that's what Theresa
then?
May said, isn't it?
That's the golden question, isn't it? That's the golden question, isn't it? That's the golden question, isn't it?
If we are ruled by consent and we do not consent,
Well,
what
that's
happens
what Theresa
then?
May said, isn't it?
That's the golden question, isn't it?
Theresa May said that we police by consent as well.
Sir, are you happy, gentlemen, to remain with Sir, are you happy, gentlemen, to remain with in your
So if we're policed by consent and you require my consent for a statute and act to have the force of law, then if I do not consent to one said rules, you cannot force them statutes or acts upon me. Is that right?
I'm aware of that, yeah.
Is that right?
I'm aware of that, yeah.
Is that right?
I'm aware of that, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I am right. I like that.
Let's say a word about dreams. We all have thoughts which we never knew we had. They are too uncomfortable, too incompatible with our adult self to be remembered. Yet they are often disturbing, rumbling under the surface like lava in a volcano. The dream is the royal road to these thoughts, the royal road to the unconscious.
This is the story of how Sigmund Freud's ideas about the unconscious mind were used by those in power to try and control the masses. Politicians and planners came to believe that Freud was right to suggest that hidden deep within all human beings were dangerous and irrational desires and fears. They were convinced that it was the unleashing of these instincts that had led to the barbarism of Nazi Germany. To stop it ever happening again, they set out to find ways to control this hidden enemy within the human mind.
Police need more help to do their work. I will not hesitate. The way we police in the UK, the way we police is by consent. Need more help to do their work. I will not hesitate in granting it to them.
Or to get the army on the streets.
No, the way we police in the UK, the way we police is by consent.